Yo, what's up, Seiishizo here, and before we get in the actual video, I'm gonna show you a little bit something that I was testing around with, which was just funny. Besides that, also do your auto rates. Not sure if you can see it. I've been a bit slow on making my videos and whatnot, so auto rate is out. Like this video if you like auto rates. Not sure what's the correlation in that, but just do it. I love auto rates, man. Been doing that like literally all day since I woke up today. So you're gonna be like, oh, this is not Siege. Why are you showing guild wars? I wanted to show you something funny. I've been fooling around. Like, I pulled a fight rune that looks like this. OP. And I've been fooling around. Like, I was like, I can make 2 fast units on 5 right now, and let's go for a Lucian that is 70% crit rate because of that. So both of the units on the sides are like 255 speed, triple fight. So you can do this into this. And now the question of today: how much is this Lucian gonna hit on 70% crit rate, max stats, and all of that kind of stuff? 22Ks on water. I was just fooling around, but it was fun to show. Okay, into the actual video. So again, the pre-recorded siege. It's easier for me that way to just commentate on everything going on, that kind of stuff. I've been getting some questions of like, hey, can you put like the runes into the video? I'm gonna make a separate video at the end of the siege tournament with all of the runes that I use, but I do switch some runes here and there because of too much mana, and why not? Let's start off with my strongest team, right? Should be easy, should be easy. Or did I just get out-noobed by not having will runes on the whole enemy team? The whole enemy team doesn't have any will runes, and then he lands S2 on my will runes, and therefore I glance. Ugh. And I was like, okay, so if I bomb him, never mind, I can't stun him. This S3 is kind of wasted, but I was hoping that it would have done like quite some damage. Then he goes S3, which is pretty smart at that point. Still kind of fine, I can kill that, and then if he doesn't proc a million times that he has S3 up again, yeah. Well, maybe if I just bomb, okay. Maybe if I proc into a bomb, okay, never mind. So that was my first match of the day, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those days, right? It's gonna be one of those days. Well, let's see. 0 out of 1. But then you know it doesn't have any will runes, and it's really easy if you know that something doesn't have any will runes, because you don't have to bring any strippers. Yay, that's Megalian. And checking my Poseidon for a sec. Ooh, showing some runes. 40% crit rate. I was like, this is wonky. This is wonky. But the Bernard is also speed crit damage attack, and you will see in a second why you go speed crit damage attack Bernards. Miss 1 armor break with a shit, that's why you have violent. Also S3 can't glance, so it just lands on everything really easily. And then Bernard 36k, GG, easy match. Easy, easy. So yeah, I wasted my best team on that. So then we had to find another one. They had a bunch of these, which I just bring in my standard team with the Bolvric Amelia. You're gonna see every video I'll do, I'll probably bring in Bolvric Amelia. I freaking love Bolvric Amelia, especially in Siege. Especially against Vigor. Like against Vigor, he's boosting, like every time he does S2, it's 2 buffs, so it's 6 buffs in total. And it's just really easy. If the previous team actually started with this skill, it would have been so much better. My Skog was not will, so he probably got reduced once, but in the end, doesn't matter. Also, the Kamun gives 1 additional stack to Bolvric every time. Mostly, you just want to spam your S3 with Bolvric all the time, the moment you can actually like do some damage with it. Because Vigor's probably gonna do that as well, so then you have full stacks. So the only thing you have to be careful with this team is that you don't spam your Amelia S2 in case you get armor broken or heal blocked. That's the only thing. But yeah, against this team is a little bit more tricky than, for example, with a Savannah. With Savannah, it's easier because there's no like hard AoE strip. With this unit, the Changpang, it is. I always miswrite the Changpang. I have no clue how to write it. I guess I just know how to say it, but that's it. But yeah, this team, it's pretty solid. It's really simple to just slowly bruiser, keep on hitting, don't waste your skills, proc on the Skogo once, shit just dies. That's pretty much like the formula to this equation. to the solution, to the anything. And then the S2s, you got full stacks again, easy. Proc again, absolutely not necessary. You proc again there, kind of useful. Yeah, this is just... Overall, this is just a cheat team. This is pretty much a cheat team. Oh, and then you're done with your runs. You can sell the shit. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. You keep watching this. I'll just... I'm like a pro streamer right now, just multitasking like a pro. Still, you get all just rune or like all mana and that kind of stuff. Remove mana from the pool of like getting stuff there. I don't care. Okay, match is too long. Okay, and we're running again, which is really nice. Oh, so chill. The only thing is, if you put the end notation, it's gonna end notate every 30 seconds, which it's not done at that moment. It's just still like repeating. So we also had to fight a couple of MSTs, which apparently in French is STD, which is kind of funny, I guess. So I thought this Lucian would do a lot. I made Kona Swift fight here, which was apparently not the good solution. Look at that HP. One more fight set, man. One more fight set. But luckily, they didn't go for too many stuns, so I was actually pretty lucky in here. I think I just, like, I can make my, or not Kona, I can make Tion, like, around, like, 260 speeds on triple fights. I was really like, oh, what should I do here? Which skill should I do here? I'm so gonna mess it up. But killing Triana, or killing Martina with probably any skill was the best option. Malusian is actually reasonable tanky, it seems. Doing S2 would have maybe been better because I got a turn anyways afterwards, but the moment you're in this scenario, you're most likely fine. But yeah, that was reasonable lucky. For next one to notice, I should use Theon on triple fight, not on Swift, because artifacts OP. And then I heard that this MST was really OP. I had a lot of wins against like other people. Like in the previous guild, in the previous CJ had it, went like 33-4. The people went really tilted on that one, so I was like, I gotta hit it. So I didn't stun anyone there, which is pretty bad. But I actually did get a proc there, which was pretty nice. And then he procs once. He procs... Oof, that was so close. Oh, his proc nearly killed my ass. That was so close. So I didn't stun, which was a little bit unlucky. Then I procced, which was a little bit lucky. And then he just nearly annihilated me, which was pretty unlucky, I guess. But he didn't use S2, which was good though at that moment. Then he kills me, so I was like, oof, am I still gonna lose this? It's a pretty close fight. So who's the better twin, Martina or Shaina? So I would say actually in this situation, Shaina is mostly better, but I feel like Martina can do some damage as well. I knew that healing was coming up, so I just hit it again. Like the multi-hits from Martina are worse, so Shaina actually has a better chance of killing. The only difference is I'm not AI. I actually know how to play this game, I guess. I don't go Galleon S3 on like 1 unit left in the wave, or Lucian S3, 1 unit left in the wave. Also, this Triana, I have multiple Trianas. This is like a more damaging Triana rather than a tanky one. I use both or no, I use all three actually. Just depends where. So the moment I killed that one, I knew it was GG. It's just gonna take a little bit, but GG. So that was rather close. I don't really recommend mirroring this team. It's pretty much like depending on luck. Like even with like better rune quality, and I'm pretty sure his is pretty equal to mine. Like I'm pretty sure he has really good rune quality. Otherwise, it doesn't get that many wins. But if you mirror MSDs, you are pretty much just hoping for better luck scenario than they have, because the moment they proc more than you, you're pretty much dead, because these twins actually do a lot of damage with the steel buffs and that kind of stuff. So, but we did get a win, so it kind of like evens out the bad luck I had in my first round, I guess, or something. And then something you see in every guild war pretty much is Savannah with Savannah, Vigor, and Camus. The Jean solo heal was maybe not the best idea. The only thing is like you can bring like a pretty slow team, which pretty nice is that most figures aren't that much accuracy, so most of this stuff on a resistance lead is not gonna land. Issue is if you go too much sustain, you may not be able to kill Kamun that easily because of his shield. If you go too little sustain, you might get out damaged. So the thing here, what you want to kind of juggle is like doing as much like S3s with Sean as possible, of course. And then also like checking, is it better to heal and stun right now or to use S2? So that's kind of like the trade-off that you have to go for. And in the meantime, you kind of want to juggle between like the HP of Sean, or not Sean, of Savannah and Vigor. But overall, this is not the best team. I would replace Miho with a Perna here, for example, because you got like a lot more sustain. Vigor is gonna focus the Perna, so you don't have like main focus of all units. Like you have your main focus of the units pretty spread out, which is better. Because Miho is better if you use like Miho Rakuni, for example. Then Miho is a lot better. Or if there's like an Ethna or something, then Miho is a bit better. But Miho is actually not this good. Like putting a Perna on slot 3 or like any other like bruiser-ish damage dealer would be better. But in the end, Miho still kind of worked. But for some reason, I didn't pick Perna here. Normally I do pick Perna in this situation. But yeah, then you kind of know how it goes. I can show the whole thing, but I can also just like fast forward. Just to save you guys some time. Nice guy I am. And he doesn't die from the dot when he has that. Also, you need a little bit of luck that Miho doesn't go like... you have some multi-hits which are actually very... Like Miho's pretty killable by multi-hits. So Perna 100 times better in this scenario. But still, this can work if you don't have a Perna. Or any other bruiser. I think preferably an armor break bruiser. I think something like a Retash would also totally work. Yeah, totally. Or Feng Yang. So then we had to fight it again, and I went like, it's a little bit tricky, but I kind of want to do it. This is a net 4 team, and I feel like that the strips of this team is that inconsistent. It's better with Orion, like it adds a lot more RNG to it. But this, they're probably not gonna kill anything like turn 1. And so I thought like, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Was a little bit curious, like not sure what to do there. But still, I was like, I think I'm okay. Issue is if you don't do enough damage with your bombs or you're getting like a lot of bombs resisted, then it might get pretty tricky. But Dover is that good with the S3 that you actually like, it saves like quite some issues as well. And you have Elucia S3 is just insanely powerful in Siege. Elucia's, like for the people that don't use Elucia, use Elucia. Elucia's insanely powerful for, well, pretty much everything in like Siege. Wait, I gotta do this again. I'm liking this so much, man. I'm liking this. It just looks cool. It's cool. You get good stuff. Well, mostly. In a week we get used to it and we're like, auto farming. Yeah, been doing it all the time. But for now, oof, liking it so much. Liking it so much. But now I'm pretty sure people are gonna complain, I wanna auto TOA hard. Or just TOA in general. It's like, we'll get there, step by step. So yeah, this is a more tanky Triana, by the way. But yeah, in the end, this worked out. Was it a little bit risky? I think this one is a lot less risky, actually, because you can armor break what you want. Figure could, like, with the anti-crit, you don't hit that much, but this balance is pretty high stats, pretty high everything, and I had the luckiness that Figure didn't go as 3, which helped out a lot. Did have the issue that Fran nearly died. That is kind of an issue. But luckily I did provoke the correct unit that I had to provoke. Got a little proc, helps always. But even at this point, I think if Fran would die, it wouldn't really matter. So yeah, that's just quite a lot of damage. And Fran dead here or not, I don't think it matters all too much. Sure, it helps if she isn't dead, but... You could also put like any other like attack bar booster in there. Actually, like a Bastet might even be better. Would it? Yeah, I think so. I think Bastet would actually be better. Because you have the shield, you have the Perna healing anyways. And you have an S2 armor break in case you don't armor break anyway. So yeah, I would say, and you don't need the speed buff at all. Defense buff is actually pretty nice here. So cleanse is decent though. Armor, like cleansing the armor breaks, but Bastet would be better if you have a Bastet, of course. But that's that for that match, and that's 7 wins in a row. So that's the 8th match because we lost one. So then a team that I actually never used before, but everyone told me to build, and apparently I don't hit that many MSTs, but everyone says this kind of works. So I had to try it out. So you start with an S1 on Martina, which did not that much damage, but then my commune is pretty fast and it even procced out. With that proc, I was like, oh, are they gonna cut in? Are they gonna cut in? I feel endangered right now. They're gonna cut in, but no, apparently not. The commune is actually pretty fast if it outspeeds the Kona, but the Kona's triple fight here on a pretty fast set. But yeah, I don't think they outspeed that easily. Most of the MSTs aren't that fast anymore. And then it's just a pretty easy fight with like the commune shield with the Miho, like just rampaging. No, there was not a fight on Miho. She just got a lot of turns. So that's another fight. So then for the last fight, I had to fight another MST and I had to go in fast to tag it. So this is the team I came up with, and this is also like a pretty common counter. It is a little bit risky if they're like really tanky, but I do quite a lot of damage. So this is 18k through a shield. And then normally for most people this kills on like the last hit, but I had like 2 hits left actually. No wait, 3 hits. Did I have 3 hits left? Did I have 3 hits left? That's OP. Either that's a weak one or that was pretty OP. Yeah, there's 3 extra hits, so that's pretty nice. And then the only issue is if Triana can actually solo you. But this Susanoo's vampire, as you can see with the HP drain. And therefore, I think it can handle most of the Trianas. And then, especially if you can rotate the S3 of Stella, it's pretty easy. So that's my last fight. So it could have been 10-10 if my best team didn't fail on me. So then in the end, the siege was looking like this and like this before. So Taki had 10 out of 10, Spy on Rex had 10 out of 10. Matt Damon had 10 out of 10, and we had Loki on 10 out of 10. So it was pretty nice. Also pretty some defense successes. Also 2 Lemambo and Neotilt had, I have no clue if I pronounced it right. They had 10 of 10. It's on the slide with my images, so it's kind of weird. And for my defense successes, I had 9 and 16. So that's 9 out of 25, which is not too bad. And so people were asking what defense are you using. So these are pretty much all my defenses. So it's mostly my MST that's doing pretty well. The rest is less than 50-50. And then at the bottom I have 1 more that's also less than 50-50. So it's mostly my MST that's doing. So that's it for this video, and see you in the next one. And we're playing AF Legends, which is gonna be interesting. They're pretty good. So let's see if we get further than... Yeah, last tournament we ended in like the best of 8 as well. So let's see if we get to the best of 4 this time in this tournament. So see you in the next one.